Hello, fifth grade. We're going to get started on our lesson today, which is lesson 145 on page 261 and 262, area of a rectangle. Okay, so yesterday we had a little bit of an introduction to area of a simple closed figure, and that was where we broke it up into little square units. Okay, depending on what the measurement is, you'll have your square measurement, square units. Okay, so basically I want to recap. If you want to find the area of a rectangle or a square, there's actually an equation. Instead of drawing all these little squares inside the rectangle or the square, there's actually an equation to help you figure that out, okay? So if you take a look on page 261 in your box, at the top, it says the rule. The area of the rectangle can be found by using the formula. And the formula for a rectangle is A equals length times width. Okay, so in perimeter, we added the two together after we multiplied it by 2. Remember, we did P equals for perimeter equals length, 2 times length plus 2 times width, right? But with area, you're actually going ahead and you're just doing A equals length times width. So if you have your length of 8 inches and you have your width of 4 inches, you can plug that into your equation. A equals 8 times 4, A equals 32. 32 what? Now take a look, this was inches, so 32 square inches, okay? Remember, anytime you're doing area, you have to have the square in front of it. That is the SQ period, okay? You gotta have that in front. So if you were to take a look back at your book, at the top it says facts. So that's like saying, fact 1 is inches times inches equals square inches. Feet times feet equals square feet. Yards times yards equals square yards. Meters times meters equals square meters. Miles times miles equals square miles. And area and acres are square units, okay? Acres are square units, okay? So if you learn these measurements and you take a look at that box in there, you're gonna know, I need you to know area or acre, okay? So if you see, and it says 144 square inches is 1 square foot, that's because if you did your converting, right, and you took your inches and you made it into feet, and then you went ahead and did, you would end up with 1 square foot, okay? Because 12 times 12 would be 144 because inches, there's 12 inches in a square. So you do 12 times 12 would equal 144, right? So that would be 1 square foot, okay? So if you did 9 square feet, that would be 1 square yard, right? Because 3 times 3 is 9. So 3 yards times 3 yards equals 9. So basically what that's trying to show you here is that if you were to multiply 3 yards times 3 yards, right? That would equal 3 times 3 equals 9. That's where it's coming up with that. Do you understand? Okay, so remember, our area is A equals length times width. Now, sometimes you might end up using the wrong equation and you might mix up perimeter and area. Don't do that, okay? I'm telling you right now, I've seen it every single year, okay? So you've got to remember, if you're doing area, it's A equals length times width, and if it's perimeter, it's P equals 2 times L plus 2 times W, okay? Because you've got to get the whole side, which is the perimeter. This, you're getting the inside, okay? Do you understand how we're doing that? Okay, I'm going to turn you over here like this. Awesome. Hopefully, sorry about that. Get you going. Okay, so get my eraser. Okay, so remember, what is our equation for area of a rectangle? A equals length times width, right? So we got to make sure we keep that in, okay? So if you were to take a look at 1 and it's saying find the area, and in number 1, okay, 1A, right, you have 6 feet and you have 3 feet, what do you do? A equals 6 times 3, right? A equals 18, right? And that is square. What was our measurement? Sorry, I forgot that one there. Square feet, right? How do we feel about that? Okay, so you're using this to plug it in. Now, if you forget how many square feet are in a square yard, but remember how many linear feet are in the linear yard, you just multiply it by 3, right? 3 times 3 is 9, okay? The same thing goes true for your square inches, right? This, if you have the square inches of the square foot, you just multiply 12 times 12, right? To get 144, and that would equal your square foot. So that goes back up to that little box, okay? So you're always just multiplying the two together, okay? So that's the same thing here. I dropped my pen. Hold on. Okay. So now let's go on to the next one, okay? If you were to add up all those little squares, yeah, you could add them all up and come up with area, but how much easier is it to use the equation? Okay, so our next one had 13 feet, right, by 6 feet. So using our equation, L times W, right, we have A equals 13 times 6. A equals, oh goodness, I gotta think this. Okay, 8, 10, 1, that is 6, 7. Oh, 78. Can I double check? Yep, I'm right. You're right. Good job, you guys. You're faster than me on math. I know. Believe me. 13s, I definitely don't remember. Definitely don't remember 10s. 11s are, I'm like, okay. But once I got to 11 and 12, those were the tough ones for me. Okay. So then we have area equals 78 square feet. Remember, going back up to here and always, always, always putting in square feet. Okay. So how do you feel about this? I hope you guys are doing good. Remember, always looking at your equations, using your equations and remembering. I need you guys to show your work because I need to know and be able to see that you're doing this right. Also, when you go to check your work, then you can figure out where you went wrong, okay? If you just guess and write in an answer, you're not going to know where you went wrong. That's why you need to show your work on your page, okay? So now let's go over to what problems you're going to do. You're going to go ahead and complete number 1, which we already did 2 of them, but you're going to do the next one. You're going to complete number 2, number 3, number 4, and number 8. And yes, you're going to do all of those, but I just eliminated like half the page for you. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 8. That's what I want you guys to work on today. And I hope you enjoyed or liked learning about area of a rectangle. And yes, for those of you, Joshua and Amir and Jacob, I know you saw square on that poster board, but don't move ahead. Wait until tomorrow for tomorrow's lesson. And yes, I will go over it tomorrow with you guys. So I hope you enjoy math and learning about area of the square or the rectangle, area of the rectangle. Remember equation A equals L times W. Oh my gosh, let me say that one more time. Area, we use the equation A equals L times W, okay? Go ahead and finish your math for today. And don't forget your speed drills.